Welcome, Capricorn, to July 2025. Didici here from astrology.com today. Welcome to all of those newcomers. Thanks for joining me. This month is a complex month, but one, if you can negotiate, will bring you out the other side much, much more enlightened. That's because of this eighth sector of the horoscope. We're going to be focusing on this area. At the beginning of the month, there's a strong element of energy in this seventh sector, which is love, relationships, partnerships, and that's challenged by this very powerful Saturn. We've talked about Saturn in the last month or so, moving through this fourth sector, your domestic sphere, in the company of the idealistic Neptune. So there's somewhat of a conflict here, even though the Sun and Jupiter bring a beautiful, open, generous, expansive element to your love life. There is a challenge here that's got to do with what's going on within you. You know, it's important not to, for the sake of expediency, appear to be content and happy and satisfied with something or someone, when in fact deep down you're not actually feeling that. You'll refocus there on the 9th and 10th as Uranus moves into this sixth house of work, health, debts, financing your debts, maybe trying to distract yourself from this fourth house Saturn-Neptune combo, which also intensifies later in the month. You've got Neptune retrograde, but Saturn is going to go retrograde. So definitely a reevaluation period on the home front. What makes you happy, your roots, the property that you live in, the people you live with, your mother, your historic family, all of these aspects are important. And the full moon that I just missed because I was talking too much, in your sun sign on the 11th, also highlights again and refocuses your attention back on the relationships and yourself and who you are in that relationship. That can be emotional for a couple of days, but I think you will find that brings you back. As you can see, the moon moving down here into the lower portion of the horoscope to make that connection with the retrograde Saturn and the retrograde Neptune. That's difficult. That's knowing what you want idealistically, but not actually having the means or the knowledge as to how to manifest that. That is where this eighth house that I started talking about is going to be important. Mercury goes stationary on the 18th and then retrograde. And so this is the curious, investigative, communicative planet. Communicating with whom? Well, at first we talked about the relationships, but this is more self-talk. This is more communication with yourself, more about what messages are you sending to your within. The eighth house is all of the psychological complexes, those hidden aspects of your nature that are a little tricky to deal with because the ego can protect those very things that are damaging your relationships, damaging your self-esteem, and holding you back from achieving the fulfillment in life that you so desire. On the 22nd, the sun moves into this area as well, so there's a dominant energy coming through in that area. So you see that is accentuated at that time. And if you observe that moon moving into that position as well, that's what we call the new moon. Again, a triplicate in that eighth house. The new moon is great, Capricorn, because it shows us that the opportunity for something new, a change, shedding of the skin as I call it, gives you a chance to understand first and foremost, to change that inner dialogue from any sort of negativity to what it is you need to do to improve your life and to find satisfaction. Of course, this 8th house has to do with communication with your partner. It is the zone of intimacy, shared resources, the money you have together, the money you share with banks and retirement plans. So yeah, there's another layer to this, but what it tells us is that first and foremost is the importance of that self-talk, that relationship you have with yourself, so that you are in a position of transparency and authenticity. Then and then only can you really communicate with your partner and find satisfaction in the intimacy that this 8th house reflects. So, wow, that was a mouthful. There's more though. We have the steak knives. No, we have more on this month at astrology.com.au. If you follow the links, the text-based readings, which will give you more information on what's happening in this coming month. Do subscribe, that helps the channel. Drop me a line if you need any further information or a private meeting. We can look at your chart and go through the delicate nature of your karma. And come back next month. I'll be here waiting for you. Good luck. Take care till then. Bye-bye.